Hi everybody, and welcome to our tutorial today on GarageBand, a very powerful music production software that you can use on Mac OS and iOS. Now today we're going to start from a blank project to create and export a simple trap sample by combining audio clips. We're going to record with a microphone using the built-in instruments and tools that are available in GarageBand. As you open the application, start a new project from the left. At the bottom, expand the Details section to configure project settings, such as tempo, key signature, and time signature, all of which we'll cover shortly. How do you select your microphone and speakers in GarageBand? Open the Input and Output device menus and make sure to choose your external microphone as input and your speakers as the output. Now, click Choose to open the project interface. At this point, a pop-up menu appears with choices for creating your first track. Let's start by adding a standard blue audio track. Choose guitar or bass if you have an external instrument connected via USB, or select mic or line in all other cases. Leave the input source empty for now and click Create. Your new audio track now appears as a horizontal row within the timeline, ready to host your files. How do you import audio files into GarageBand? If you have pre-rendered audio files, such as WAV or MP3, simply drag and drop them directly onto the track. This imported file appears as a visual block called region or clip, showing its audio waveform inside. How do you play back audio in GarageBand? Click anywhere along the timeline to position the main playhead marker. You can also press the return key to snap back to the very beginning. Use the control buttons at the top or simply hit the spacebar to play and pause. The display at the top shows the playhead position in bars and beats. You can change this format by clicking the arrow, selecting seconds, or beats and project to track position, project tempo, time signature, and key signature. Tempo and time signature may be irrelevant when working with pre-rendered audio formats, WAV, MP3, or AAC. Finally, you can adjust your horizontal view using the zoom slider in the top right corner and the volume slider at the top to adjust the output level of the entire project. How do you record with a microphone in GarageBand? Let's create a new audio track using the plus icon and select mic or line again, this time with the input source selected. Since the input sources have already been defined for the project, the track connects to your microphone and is armed for recording. You can test its response by checking the volume meter. At this point, click the red record button at the top to start and stop recording. To avoid recording existing project content, make sure to place the playhead in an empty section before you begin recording. You can also turn on the metronome icon if you need help keeping time with the project rhythm. Let's save this test recording and look at how to manage track controls in GarageBand on the left. You can right-click any track header to rename it or delete it entirely, removing all the clips inside it as well. If you ever make a mistake, press Command and Z to undo. During playback, use the mute button to silence a specific track, or click the solo button to isolate it and mute all the other tracks. You can also use the volume slider to adjust levels, and the panning knob to shift your audio to the left or right speaker. Now let's look at how to make a drum beat in GarageBand. Click the plus button to add a track and select the yellow drummer option, then click Create. At this point, the library panel appears on the left, which you can show and hide with the first button at the top, and the editor panel at the bottom that follows the pencil button. This drummer track contains a yellow drum clip with a ready-made pattern that you can play back right away. The output of this clip changes depending on the virtual drummer you select and the settings you adjust inside the editor panel. Before this, we can set up a playback loop with the cycle region. Click and drag across the timeline above to select a specific portion in yellow called cycle region. As long as the cycle button is turned on, GarageBand will continuously loop this exact section during playback. How do you customize a drummer track in GarageBand? Inside the library panel on the left, download and select the musical genre and the drummer. For this example, let's choose trap. Then, open the editor panel at the bottom. Here, you can change the beat preset. Let's choose this one. And click and drag the yellow node to make the rhythm louder and more complex, or simpler and softer. On the right side of the editor, you can turn individual percussion instruments on and off to further customize your drum pattern. Keep in mind that drummer compositions adapt to the project tempo set at the top. This converts bars and beats into seconds based on its BPM, beats per minute. The higher the tempo, the faster your drum beat will play. Now, let's look at how to create a MIDI composition in GarageBand. MIDI tracks are used to build custom melodies, bass lines, and chord progressions with absolute control. Click the plus icon to add a new track. Select the green Software Instrument option and click Create. From the Library panel, choose the virtual instrument you want to use. For our trap track, let's go to Synthesizer. Click on Bass and select Deep Sub Bass. Now, open the editor panel at the bottom. This time, it displays the piano roll, where you can place notes and create your musical arrangement. As you add notes, a green MIDI region appears on the timeline above, containing all the notes you've created. To speed up the workflow, you can use the local play button inside the editor or the cycle region we have seen already. How do you change the pitch and length of MIDI notes in GarageBand? Click and drag the outer edges of any note to adjust its duration, or slide it up or down to change its pitch. You can also hold down the Control key to temporarily disable snapping while moving notes, and press the backspace key to delete the selected note. MIDI regions also follow the project tempo, so make sure it is set correctly. In this project, since the imported audio sample was recorded at 138 BPM, the project tempo should also be set to 138 BPM. Now, let's look at how to edit audio regions in GarageBand. Click any region to select it, then drag it to move along the timeline or onto a separate audio track. Hold down the Control key while dragging to disable snapping. Use Command and X, C, and V to cut, copy, and paste. Press the backspace key to delete a region, and use Command and Z to undo any mistake. To trim a region, click and drag inward or outward from either of its lower corners. If you trim a yellow drummer clip, GarageBand automatically calculates a new rhythmic variation to fill the space. If you drag from the top right corner instead, you can seamlessly loop the clip content, whether it is an audio sample, a virtual instrument, or a drum pattern. How do you use Smart Controls in GarageBand? Click the third button in the top left corner to open it. From here, you can apply adjustments and effects to the entire track you have selected. To shape the audio of the entire project, select the Master tab instead. Depending on the track type you choose, you can adjust volume, apply compression, and add effects to polish your final mix. How do you add EQ and audio effects in GarageBand? Above the track settings, open the EQ section to apply custom audio filters. On the left, open the Plugin section to add audio effects to the selected track. Simply click an empty slot to insert effects such as delay, pitch correction, or reverb. How do you save a project in GarageBand? At the top, go to File, Save As. The saved project will appear under Recent the next time you open GarageBand. How do you export a song from GarageBand? Open the Share menu at the top and select Export Song to Disk. In this menu, you can select your destination folder, name your song, and choose your audio quality settings at the bottom. Choose AAC for great audio quality with the smallest compressed file size. MP3 offers excellent compatibility across all devices. Choose WAV for an uncompressed file with a larger size and maximum studio-grade quality. AIFF provides similar quality to WAV, but is optimized for the Apple ecosystem. By default, your song is exported from the very beginning all the way to the end of your final audio clip. How do you export a specific part of a song in GarageBand? Make sure to enable Export Cycle Region if you want to export only the section defined by the cycle region on the timeline. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and remember, if you'd like to learn more about music production software, all the latest news on digital audio workstations, and of course all the latest on AI-powered creative tools, head over to our website or our YouTube channel right now.